Good afternoon, teacher.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal, Paula?
Good. Very well.
Hola, Belén. Como siempre os digo, a veces somos 17 y a veces somos dos. Por supuesto que podéis utilizar y hacer las preguntas que consideréis en el momento que consideréis, ¿entendido? O sea, que no tengáis ningún tipo de problema sobre este aspecto. Voy a esperar un segundillo para que den las 6. Ya sabéis que esta clase es doble, bueno, doble, quiero decir, es 1 hora y media. Entonces, bueno, pues hola Belén, hola. Entonces, bueno, pues vamos a hacer diversas cosas, no solo unidas a Textway, vamos a ver también hoy bastante gramática, toda referente al tema 2 del presente perfecto. Y también vamos a retomar lo que en la unidad 1 y 2 de Textway es relativo a los emails y vamos a ver, bueno, pues diferentes tipos de email más específicos. Hoy vamos a ver acknowledgement mails y inquiry mails. Y luego vamos a ver 3 vídeos un poco entroncando con lo que estuvimos trabajando, hoy es lunes, el viernes pasado. Entonces, bueno, un poco, y algo muy importante, y es comentaros, bueno, pues cómo son los exámenes, la repartición, es decir, del peso de cada una de las partes de lo que estáis trabajando. Os lo voy a decir también, pero bueno, sobre todo lo que me interesa hoy es haceros un primer visionado o un primer paso de qué tipo de exámenes os vais a encontrar. Aunque, lógicamente, todas las personas que trabajáis y hacéis las actividades continuas, pues realmente el peso del examen y de la prueba oral queda bastante disminuido, es decir, siempre y cuando hayáis trabajado de manera continua. Hola Hitor, hola Elena, hola Eleleta, no sé si me falta alguien más. Voy a dar un hola, hola. Estaba diciendo a vuestras compañeras y bueno, a todos, que si en cualquier momento queréis hacer uso, por supuesto, del micrófono en inglés, en español, como consideréis, pues solo tenéis que hacérmelo saber y, y, bueno, pues yo intentaré explicaros o intentaré deciros o solucionaros aquellas dudas o aquellas preguntas que podáis tener. So, well, it's 6 o'clock. I am quite punctual usually. So I'm going to begin the class and I'm going to do it by means of a presentation. By means of a presentation, me dice Elena, yo tengo una duda sobre la actividad. ¿Hay que hacer vídeo como en la actividad 1? No, no hay que hacer vídeo. En esta me lo ha preguntado más gente, Elena, con lo cual considero que igual hay algo que yo misma he creado esa duda y de hecho creo que lo voy a poner en los foros por si hay más personas que me lo han hecho saber. No, simplemente a la hora de hacer el worker profile, que al menos hay que hacer 3 perfiles de trabajador que necesitáis para vuestra empresa. Si alguien necesita 7 perfiles, pues 7 perfiles. Lo tenéis simplemente que entregar o bien en un mural, digital mural, en un póster, en una infografía o, por ejemplo, también me lo podéis hacer llegar. Sí, sí, sé lo que te refieres, sé lo que te refieres, porque uno de los criterios que están puestos es que hay que valorar the body gestures, the body language. Vale, pues no, es decir, voy a alterar ese criterio de la rúbrica porque es cierto que puede dar pie a malentendido y no, en esta segunda actividad, ya que estáis todos, simplemente, y lo voy a poner en los foros para que nadie, bueno, pues tenga duda o se convierta en un equívoco, que en este caso está provocado por la rúbrica que yo misma he puesto y el resto de profesores que hacen inglés. Por lo tanto, en esta segunda... Sí, sí, todavía, sí, pero todavía estoy poniendo notas, Aitor. Os comento, el grosso de... Sí, el grosso de... Sois muchos. Entonces, el grosso lo hice la semana pasada, pero hay un tanto por ciento de varias asignaturas que estoy corrigiendo ahora. Uno de los pendientes es tu vídeo, Aitor. Entonces, lo veo una vez, así para que lo entendáis. Veo lo que me mandáis, el PowerPoint, luego veo el vídeo, pongo una nota y luego vuelvo a verlo, porque, nada, porque en ocasiones, es decir, cuando ya vas viendo muchos vídeos diferentes, pues a veces tienes que volver a recalcular la nota de los anteriores, porque igual ha sido más estricta en los anteriores o menos, etcétera. Entonces, Aitor, no te preocupes porque de hoy al jueves tengo que terminar todas las notas, ¿entendido? Así que mm, quizás hoy por la noche o mañana por la mañana ya termine todas. ¿Vale? Vale, Aitor. Pues estaba explicando que en esta segunda tarea solo hay que entregar, es decir, es una tarea realmente escrita, que es, bueno, pues shape, hacer los worker profiles, los diferentes perfiles de trabajadores que vosotros creéis potencialmente importantes para vuestra empresa. Y lo tenéis que entregar o bien mediante un PowerPoint o mediante un Geniali o mediante un póster o mediante una infografía. Es decir, sí que es verdad que los worker profiles que vais a realizar tienen que tener una serie de características que tenéis que incluir y que están desplegadas cuando se hice la presentación de dicha segunda tarea. Pero el modo en el que me entregáis qué tipo de profesionales estáis buscando y qué características, estudios, experiencia previa, másters en concreto, especialidades en concreto, idiomas o no, etcétera, eso me lo tenéis que escribir, por así decirlo, de una manera acotada, es decir, no de forma larga, sino abreviada, poniendo los puntos fundamentales que focalizáis, pero no hay que escribir, no hay que realizar ningún vídeo. Por lo tanto, lo voy a poner en el foro, chicos, porque es posible que dé lugar a confusión. ¿Entendido? Vale. Por lo tanto, today I'm going to begin the class telling you what we are going to do and remembering a bit everything we have seen in previous sessions, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is to begin. One second. One second, guys. Okay. Okay. So today we are going to begin the sixth session. And as you know, we are making the necessary steps to go into the business world, and the main ideas, vocabulary, topics you have to be in contact with when you are, like in your case, experts in human resources, okay? Experts in human resources, okay? So this subject, English, is common for marketing, is common for publicity, is common for human resources, is common for law, but in each one of the subjects, depending on the studies or on the degree, we concentrate or we focus more in some aspects or in some topics. In your case, in the case of your grade, which is human resources, the first task is to make contact with the idea of companies, offices, headquarters, businesses, and in fact, the first of the units in the DexWave platform is called presenting a company, and the first task you have created is based on this main idea to create your own business, your own company. So in this second lesson, we have just begun. In this second unit, we have been talking about administration task or administrative task, but the administrative tasks are many and very varied. So among them, you can find all kinds of business correspondence or business mails. So obviously, when we are talking about correspondence, we, on a regular basis, we are talking on emails, the different emails, but also, as I told you in the previous sessions, in some cases, nowadays, at present, we still use formal letters. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about the sound. So give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. Perdonadme en primer lugar, porque esto evidentemente no es profesional, pero bueno, ha sido algo excepcional y bueno, os pido mis disculpas. The unit 2, we are talking about administration. And when we talk about administration, thank you. I never do this, but today is exceptional. I am alone in my house, and someone was coming, so sorry, please, sorry about this, okay? So we are talking about administration, about business correspondence, all kinds of mails that today also we are going to see more. Also, we were talking about the main characteristics or the main personality points or the main skills, abilities you have to have when you are in the administration. So we were talking that you have a lot of different tasks when you are working in an office. Perhaps you are in charge of a department. Perhaps you are in charge of all the packages and deliveries, the logistics. Perhaps you are in charge of the telephone, mails, talking with the co-workers, talking to the managers, taking messages. So try to explain, guys, all the administrative tasks, all the administrative duties you have to follow are many and varied. So practically during all these course and the next one in the second part, we are going to talk about many different ways to deal with the administration. So also in your There's Way unit, they talk about we are off. When you are off, it means you are on vacation. So it means that perhaps you are going to travel. And when you travel, guys, when you have days off, when you have holidays, when you have vacation, sometimes you travel to different countries, and in different countries, you are going to find different kinds of weather. So during this unit, also, they talk about the different ways to express the weather, and we are going to see it also. Why? Because it's important. Perhaps well, it's important no matter if you live in Spain or you live in another country. I think it's quite important, not only when you are traveling, to know what the weather is going to be like, because it's important, for example, to pack your suitcase, to put the correct dresses or to put the correct kind of clothes and so on. And also in the test or in the unit, you have a test called Highland Park. And well, they talk about, a kind of trip or a kind of excursion to national English American park. So in the test exercises in this lesson, in the unit 2, all the time they are working with the present perfect that I'm going to introduce you, and expressions with the present perfect, like ever, like just, like already, that I'm going to present you, and also expressions like for and since. So all these things, all these grammar aspects, I'm going to explain today. Okay, so what we what we are going to see, and we have seen so far is until this moment. So well, we are going to talk, or we have already talked about some administrative duties, and we are going to talk about different key elements in a company. So talking and taking messages, writing correct messages, writing back emails, phoning to the correct person, look the deliveries, look and revise the supplies in your company, etc. Also, we are going to see, and we have already seen, but we are going to see more, everything related with transport and packages, so the logistics, because now in companies, it's quite important, like you have just seen in my own house, the importance of people coming to your house or coming to your company with different deliveries and packages. Also, we are going to see the different profiles you have to deal with when you work in a company, and the different profiles, the different kind of people you need when you are the CEO of a company, or you want to offer or hire people for your company. Also, as part of the administrative task, we are going to see how to do confirmation mails, how to do inquiry or request mails, which are to ask for information. And also quite important, we are going to see the complaint mails, because sometimes when the things are not correct, you are the person in charge, you are the responsible for this task. And also, we are going to see the present perfect, the expressions you are going to find when working with the present perfect, some expressions and temporal prepositions, and also we are going to see the weather. But apart from this, I have prepared 2 different videos about the main phrases for males that we saw in part or partly the day before. I'm going to play for you how are the steps to write formal male, semi-formal male, and an informal male. So there are many things at the same time, but all of these things are around the same idea. And the same idea is, I have a company. In my company, I have different positions, different jobs. I need different profiles. I need different people. These people have to have different capacities, abilities, ways of working, because they have to deal with a lot of things in the administration task. And then obviously some things are taking messages, receiving and writing back emails, etc., etc. So important. We are going to see some videos today about the basic phrases in males that the other day we were beginning to see. Also, we are going to see common mistakes we can do in males. And also we are going to see how to create formal, semi-formal, and informal males. El otro día creo que fue a vosotros a quienes os dije que, vamos a ver, cuando se habla un idioma, normalmente lo más importante es que haya una comunicación oral y que lo más importante seamos capaces de entenderlo y de transmitirlo. Oralmente uno puede cometer errores gramaticales, pero sin embargo que el mensaje final esté intacto. Vamos a decirlo así. Sin embargo, cuando uno ya está en tareas, que vamos a hablar de corte administrativo, o tareas en las cuales tú tienes que hablar con otros trabajadores de otras empresas o otros managers de otros países, o dentro de tu mismo país que tengas algún tipo de liaison o algún tipo de unión con diferentes empresas, a la hora de escribir sí que es más importante que seamos más correctos a la hora de ponernos en contacto con las otras personas. Y es ahí donde la gramática tiene, digamos, su poder, porque aunque la gramática es siempre importante, porque es la que estructura y la que construye todas nuestras frases y nuestras conversaciones o diálogos, sí que es cierto que es diferente tener una comunicación en la que tenemos un objetivo, y es que es entendernos en los elementos fundamentales, y es diferente también tener digamos, serie de comunicaciones escritas en la que sí que es necesario que haya una mejor o una más accurate. Accurate es una manera más clara. Accurate is simple but clear way to transmit things. Also, the other day, if you remember, we were watching and we were seeing, we were talking about the main characteristics that a recruiter, you can be potentially a recruiter in your jobs, can develop. So we were talking that one of the main aspects at the time of being a recruiter was, for example, to be a communicative person. So it's important to be a communicative person. It's important to be an empathic person at the time, for example, of doing interviews. It's important that you are able to deal with different tasks. It's important to be punctual. It's important to be a responsible person. It's important to be able to check and to be very serious and formal with, for example, punctuality, with the times, with friendly at the time of talking everybody. It's important to have a lot of abilities, not only from the communication point of view, but also technologically speaking. So we were talking about the main features the main characteristics someone who wants to be a recruiter should have. And quite important, when you are a person working in human resources, you have to be someone very flexible at the time of talking with everybody. You have to be very someone who tends to the dialogue, okay? So who tends to be nice, who is able to listen, but at the same time is able to answer all the problems you have. And also we were talking that when you are a recruiter or you work for human resources, it's also important to make decisions, to be good at making decisions. So really the number of characteristics you need in order to be a human resource person are many, because there are many departments where you may work, and also you can be a recruiter, and this is a very serious task, and you have to have a lot of positive characteristics. So it's not an easy job to be able to choose the correct person, to create the correct offer, and to find the correct worker for something. Also, we are going to do a revision of tenses, and concretely, I'm going to focus on the present perfect. I'm going to explain again how to create the present perfect, and some expressions we are going to find with the present perfect, such as just, yet, still, already, that I'm going to explain during this class, okay? So this is in general terms. So if you go, one second, if you go, stand session, okay. So if you go, I'm going to share with you. If you go to your platform, to the university UNIR platform, UNIR things, the place where you have all the things that you're going to see right now in a moment, okay? So you have different already. You have different documents, guys. Guys, not all the documents I upload, sorry, to you, I have completely worked during the class. Some of them, for example, if you see, not the PowerPoint, but if you see, for example, exercises is because if you have time and if you want to practice, I introduce you some exercises related to the unit we are working with during the TextWave platform, okay? So as you can see in this 6th session, we are going to talk about 2 different kind of mails. The acknowledgement mail, which is cuando recibes un mail y tú dices a tus compañeros o a tus las personas que trabajan contigo o a la otra empresa que lo ha recibido correctamente, que has entendido pues a qué hora se va a llevar a cabo la reunión, que todo lo que has pedido, los supplies y bueno pues los deliveries, el package ha llegado correctamente. Eso sería de acknowledgement mail y que os voy a explicar. Y os voy a explicar también inquiry letters. Inquiry letters is when you ask information to others about different aspects of your work. For example, you can ask information about what time is going to be a meeting. You can ask about what kind of steps you have to follow if you want to talk, for example, with the e-commerce manager in order to be able to buy something for your company, etc. Also, guys, I have included here English vocabulary TextWave. Here you have in English and Spanish all the most important words related to Dexway for each one of the units. So if you, when you open this, that I will open later, you will see that you are going to find the most important words, the most important expressions for each one of the units you have in the Dexway platform of this year. Also, I'm going to explain to you the present perfect, how to create it, because it's part of the grammar you're going to have in your exam and you're going to have during your work in the Dexway platform. Also, I'm going to explain to you the present perfect using since and for, and I'm going to explain you have you ever. So the present perfect using ever, have you ever. Okay, also, I'm going to talk about quantifiers. Quantifiers is muchas maneras de decir muy, bastante, absolutamente, totalmente, horriblemente. So different ways to say very in different contexts, in different aspects. Also, I'm going to talk about how your exams are going to be, what abilities you are going to deal with, and we are going to see two videos, one which we already saw the previous day about the basic phrases you are going to find when you make a mail, and also we are going to watch a video about the different kinds of mails, formal, less formal, informal, you can create. So what I mean, guys, is that usually in my class, I try to work with all the documents I upload, but sometimes I include some exercises or I include some vocabulary simply because it's important for me you know the kind or you practice the kind of exercises or the kind of vocabulary we are going to work with. Okay, so this is important for me to know. So today, now we are going to begin with the presentation of two kinds of writings or two kinds of emails. ¿Por qué es tan importante? Es importante saber el tipo de mails o el tipo de escritos con los cuales os vais a relacionar en las empresas, pero también porque como parte de la asignatura, y como veréis ahora en los exámenes, hay una parte que es de writing. Y ese writing, chicos, va a estar basado en la temática que estamos viendo en Dexway, pero también la diferente temática de tipos, por ejemplo, de mails que podéis encontrar. So when talking the other day about mails, we were talking about the mails that usually you have the address, you have the date, you have an introduction, you have the body part of the mail, and obviously you have a conclusion, a farewell, and a signature. So today we are going to work with two different kinds of emails. Okay, so give me a second, please. 1 second, guys. 6. If I go very fast and you want to tell me something, please don't hesitate and ask me, because I sometimes talk, and although I have my classes well prepared or well structured, trying to touch all the points you have in the Dexway platform, I understand that sometimes probably can be very fast at the time of telling things. Okay, so please don't hesitate if you have any kind of doubt. So we begin, and we are going to begin with a kind of mail which is called a kind of mail, which is called, as you see in the screen or on the screen, acknowledgement mail. Acknowledgement mail. So what an acknowledgement mail is. So you are writing an acknowledgement mail when you reply or you answer or you respond to an email that someone has sent you previously. So when someone sends you a mail and you are working in a company, no matter the nationality of the company, you are going to have a track, un hilo, of all the mails. So the acknowledgement mail serves to say and to communicate to the other person that you have received the mail. Probably you answer some questions or not, but the thing is that the other person is sure that the track, el hilo, the track is working, okay? So this helps them track their mails. Track their mails, guys, is simply seguir el hilo de la conversación, okay? And can show them respect and appreciate their time. It's not only because you have to answer, because sometimes you answer something obvious. Yes, I received your mail. Thank you. Everything is working correctly. Nice, sincerely, for example. But also when you guys answer the mail of other person, even if it is obvious that everything is working correctly in company, in a work, in a job position, it's quite important because you show respect and also you appreciate the time. So it's important because it's business, but it's important because, for example, me as a teacher, it's important to answer you when you ask me questions in the mail and you tell me, so is it like this, Rachel? So I have understood what you meant correctly. And I answered you back and I say, don't worry, Peter, everything is correct. You have understood the task correctly. So in such a way, you are creating an idea of friendliness, I would say. So a friendly way to treat people. It's professional, show respect, and appreciate the person. So what is an acknowledgement mail? Well, it has to be something simple. It doesn't have to be something long. An acknowledgement mail can be, hi, thank you for registering for the program name. We have received your order and your church has been authorized. Can't wait to have fun in the sun this summer. Best, the program team, okay? So simply you acknowledge that everything is correct, that your registration is correct, and that everything is authorized and working smoothly, running smoothly, okay? So this could be an example of an acknowledgement mail. Or for example, another one can be, hi, thank you for using the abstract annual business plan. We have successfully processed your payment of this a lot of money. You can access your subscription information from your setting page. If you have any further questions, please visit our help center or contact support. So here you are saying, okay, thank you for using our abstract annual business plan. Everything have been processed correctly and you can access your subscription. So the acknowledged mail is, yes, everything is correct. Thank you. Everything is running smoothly. Everything is working perfectly. So I am very pleased to tell you that everything is okay. Okay. Or thank you for your recent payment that you made on X date for the amount of X amount. This is a confirmation that this amount, this money, has been successfully received and deposited in a bank account. So here, this is a confirmation letter or acknowledgement letter or email. And here you are confirming that the payment has been done, okay? So you say, for your interest, for you to feel okay, your payment is correct, in the correct date, in the correct amount, and everything is okay. So this is a confirmation letter or acknowledgement letter. Another acknowledgement letter or receipt. Remember that the other day I told you que cuando os dije que cuando a veces no sabíais por primera vez con quién teníais que hablar en un mail, pues tanto en inglés como en español podéis decir a quien concierna, es decir, para quien sea de interés, para quien sea la persona correcta a la que me tengo que dirigir. So you can use to whom it may concern, or you can say simply, dear Mr. or dear Miss. Os dije, por si acaso no estabais algunos aquí, aunque igual habéis visto el vídeo, que hoy en día, desde hace ya años, se utiliza poco MRS. Ya sabéis que MRS es, digamos, señora, ¿vale? Entonces decían que había una connotación diferente a, pues, bueno, un poco a la del hombre, etcétera. Y entonces ahora lo que se hace es con el hombre o con el chico se pone Dear Mr. MR y el apellido, o Dear Miss MS, MS para las mujeres. No se suele ya utilizar normalmente Miss, nunca, porque Miss, M-I-S-S, Miss tenía una connotación un poco, se decía o se dice en la lengua ahora, sexista. Entonces, bueno, para evitar ese tipo de circunstancias, pues simplemente to whom may concern, to whom it may concern, a quien pueda concernir, o dear Mr. o Miss, pero Miss con MS. Si conoces por el nombre, es decir, si conoces a una persona porque te escribes con ella de una manera regular, pues puedes decir Dear Mr. Juan o Dear Miss María. Pero imaginad que, bueno, pues tienes un contacto, digamos, muy formal y bueno, pues tienes que tener un poco, guardar las distancias, pues puedes poner Dear Mr. Allen, que es un apellido, o Dear Miss, I don't know, Blacksmith. Okay, so we would like to acknowledge the receipt of this document. We are presently examining it, and if there are no problems or issues to be addressed, the signed document will be returned to you within some business days. If there are any further concerns regarding this document, we will contact you by whatever. Thank you for your continued trust in our company, and we look forward to doing business with you in the future. So the confirmation letter, the acknowledgement letter or email is a way to make the other comfortable, to make the other conscious that everything they have done is correct, that, for example, the payment is correct, that the registration is correct, and to some extent, hasta cierto punto, to some extent, is a way to maintain the correspondence, maintain the friendly way to have a client, and perhaps in the future, this client is going to keep in contact with you again, okay? Another way to see acknowledgement letter, well, this is to acknowledge receipt of your payment for the good supplied. We have received the full payment of this order, concretely the number 564, which was supplied last month. We look forward to a prolonged business relationship prolonged business relationship between both the companies in the future. So you are saying everything is okay, and here is my salutation, because we hope that in the future we are going to go on working with you. Okay, another way. So, well, this is more formal: the date, your name, dear Miss Anna, dear Mr. Juan, whatever. We have received your application materials for the position of whatever, for example, a manager, accountant manager. The university supports the principles of equal opportunity and affirmative action in an attempt to measure the effectiveness of our recruitment efforts. I would appreciate your cooperation in completing the enclosed voluntary survey card and returning it to the Human Resources Department. Thank you for your interest in the University of Texas, and sincerely. In this case, someone is looking for a position in the university, okay? So they are trying to know if all the steps they are doing are correct in order to complete this survey, okay? So this would be another example. So when talking about acknowledgement, guys, when talking about acknowledgement emails, we have to bear in mind to have to take into account that the acknowledgement emails or the confirmation emails are a way to have a communication with other workers, a communication with other companies, a communication with clients. And sometimes it's only to say, thank you, everything is running perfectly, everything is working perfectly, your registration is already confirmed. So it's a way to say, everything is okay, I appreciate your time, I want you to feel good, and at the same time, I want you to keep in contact in the future with me, and we are going to have a track of emails about this topic, okay? So now we are going to see another kind of mail, okay? And this mail is what is called an inquiry email, or an email where you, give me a second, where you look for information. So here, if I don't remember bad, I included this in one of my previous sessions. So I only want to refresh your memory about that, okay? So when writing formal letters, one of the formal letters you can do are what we have just seen, which is the confirmation letter or email, or the acknowledgement letter. Then we can find the request letter or inquiry letter, which is look for information or asking for information to a client or to a company or to one of your managers or one of your colleagues, and the complaint letter, which is when you don't agree with some things are happening between the commercial relation between you and me. So usually when you do a request or inquiry mail, you are asking or requesting for information. Asking is the same as requesting information, okay? So you can use these expressions, the reasons why you are writing. So I'm writing to you in connection with, or I'm writing with regard to, or in regard to, or with reference to, os escribo en referencia a esta circunstancia. I am writing to ask you, or to ask if you could inform me about, os estoy escribiendo para ver si es posible que me informéis sobre, for example, what is the timetable you have in your company, because I am thinking about going into your or having relation with your company, and I would like to know the timetable to know what time is the best to keep in contact with you. So I'm writing to inquire. Inquiry is asked about. I'm writing for more information about, for example, the money I'm going to be paid if I accept your proposal. I was interested in your advertisement, anuncio. I would appreciate some further information. I would like to know more information about this. I'm writing to receive further information about. I'm writing to receive more detailed information about. So all these expressions are used in order to have information about something. So you have all these possibilities at the time of requiring, requesting, asking for information to people from other company, okay? So also, if you want to make different questions, if you want some doubts, if you want to ask for different ideas, you can say, the first thing I would like to know is, for example, the first thing I would like to know is if my job would be in the morning and in the afternoon, or is only, for example, in the mornings. Or first of all, I would like to know if the services you offer in your company can be possible to extend or to spread to Australia, for example. Or I wonder, me pregunto, if you would mind telling me, first of all, about whatever, something it is of your interest. So when you want to request more information, when you want to ask more information about something, you can say, I would like to know, I would like to ask for, I would be grateful, estaría encantada, if you could inform me, si me pudieras informar, I would appreciate it if, me encantaría si, I would be interested in knowing, estaría realmente interesado en saber respecto a este tema. It will help me, me ayudaría si, it would assist me, lo mismo, me ayudaría si, I would like you to send me, me encantaría que usted pudiera mandarme, for example, the schedule of whatever, or the survey, or whatever. Could you also tell me, could you also inform me, would you also in mind informing? So these all are questions to say the same. So to have more information about something, okay? And when finally, obviously, you have the answer for your requesting, when you have the answer for your information, you can say, I would like to thank you in advance for this information. Thank you in advance for this information. Le doy las gracias de antemano. Thanking you in advance. Gracias de antemano. I would be very grateful if you could reply as soon as possible. Thanking you for your time and assistance. Thank you in advance for your assistance or cooperation. I would like to thank you in advance. So these are ways to say when you are asking something in order to close your letter to say thank you. So thank you in advance. Thank you beforehand. I would be very grateful if you answer me. Thank you for your time and for your assistance. Thank you for your cooperation, or something that you can use when closing your mails, that is, I look forward to hearing from you. So it's more or less, quedo atenta a lo que usted pueda decirme. So today, guys, we have seen two kinds of mails, which are the confirmation mail or acknowledgement mail, which is to confirm the other person that everything is okay and to maintain the conversation, to have a good disposition and good terms with the other factory or company, and the request or inquiry letter by means of which you ask for information, because when you are going to do business with someone, or buy something, or purchase something, or have any kind of commercial relation, it's important to asking, to request for information, okay? Because it's necessary in order to know if you can be interested in something or not. So in order to conclude a bit with the mails, we are going to watch two different videos. One video is about the main phrases you should use when writing mails, or when writing letters, or when writing a conversation with a company, with your colleagues, whatever. And then we are going to see another video also about how to write mails. So we are going to watch a video. One second, guys. One second. Okay, so I'm going to share with you okay. So here in the BBC, evidentemente vosotros sabéis que es la BBC, hay dos grandes, digamos, empresas o compañías británicas que trabajan con el idioma inglés, que evidentemente es una fuente de dinero fundamental para la economía inglesa. Una es la BBC como bueno, la cadena pública británica, pero que tiene un lado de learning, es decir, si vosotros ponéis BBC Learning English, tenéis todo tipo de vídeos, todo tipo de materiales de todo tipo relacionados con el inglés. Y la otra es British Council, que también ofrece todo tipo de, bueno, de materiales para personas que quieran hablar inglés. El British Council viene a ser el Instituto Cervantes de España. ¿Entendido? Un segundo. So you have the BBC, guys. The BBC is not only for the news. The BBC is also has a part of education. And then the British Council is like El Instituto Cervantes, but in Great Britain. So here it says, Anna is having trouble, is having problems with her mails. So she has been trying to sort out the order, send the other pedido of Imperial lemons for Mr. Lime. She sends an email, but her choice, her option of test speak isn't appropriate, and Paul, the boss, isn't impressed. Anna needs some help from Tom, who always has a lot of advice, plenty of advice, a lot of good recommendations. Her mail is rewritten and sent off. But will that be the end of the problem? So the language for writing an email, a formal email like this one, is Dear Mr. Lime, Dear Miss Lime, I hope you are well. I hope you are feeling well. I hope you are fine. I'm writing regarding, in connection, in relation with, please, could you confirm something? Best wishes, sincerely, things like that, okay? So we are going to watch the video just for you to see, well, a conversation around or talking about writing a mail. And in the platform, you have the address for this video, and you can do some questions if you like, or even you can see the dialogue among the, or between, in this case, these two people.
Hello, Anna has just arrived at her desk to start the day at tip-top trading. Paul's walking towards her, eating a biscuit. He looks a bit bothered. Anna?
Yes, Paul.
Come and have a biscuit in my office.
Bueno, como tampoco no se me dejaron nunca la atención.
I didn't say yes.
Pardon? Yes to what?
Oh, nothing.
You sent him an email yesterday and copied me in.
Yes.
Your email reads, boxes OK, PLS, CDU, C firm, WNT 300 tar.
Yes. Please, could you confirm you want 300?
Right. Now, that's not really the best way of writing an email to a client, is it?
Oh,
Please, could you resend your message to Mr. Lime using actual words that make sense?
okay.
Thank you. Now, here, have a chocolate crunchy.
Thanks.
Morning, Anna.
Hello.
Let me guess. Paul just spoke to you about your email.
How do you know?
You copied me in, remember? I just read it, or tried to.
But what's the problem? Other people write like that.
No, maybe some people write text messages like that in an SMS message on their phones, but that is completely the wrong style for an email to a client.
Okay, Anna, let's stop listening to Tom. He's a waste of space. These are the kinds of phrases you need in a business-related email. Dear Mr. Lime, I hope you're well. I'm writing regarding... Please could you confirm yours sincerely or best wishes?
Thank you. I'll rewrite my message. There, I'd better get it checked before I send. Denise?
Yes, the other problem with Stephanie is that her legs are just too long.
Oh, she's on the phone.
Yes, like trees.
I'll have to ask Tom. Tom? Could you read this through before I send it?
Hang on, Anna, just let me finish this sentence. It's really important. Right, I'm ready. Let's have a look. Okay. Dear Mr. Lime, I hope you are well. I'm writing regarding your request for luxury boxes for the Imperial Lemon delivery. We will indeed be able to supply them. Please, could you confirm that you want 300? Best wishes, Anna.
Well,
It's good. It's much better. Send it. Hopefully, Mr. Lime will think your last message was just someone sitting on your keyboard by mistake.
thanks.
A ver, desde así.
You're not.
But
Well, it's nothing.
Por
No,
alguna razón.
you're not ever going to go to Mr. Lime, are you, Anna? I mean, in a non-business way.
no, of course not.
I mean, I don't care. It's just important to stay professional.
Yes.
Well, I had a feeling Anna's email was going to cause problems. At least she won't make a mistake like that again. Here's a reminder of the phrases she used in her new improved email.
Dear Mr. Lime, I hope you are well. I am writing regarding. Please could you confirm best wishes?
Until next time, bye.
So guys, in this case, what they want to make it clear is that when you are working in a company or when you are a professional person, in an email or in a letter, you cannot use the same kind of language or the same kind of expressions you do when you are talking orally or when you are making or sending a WhatsApp to a friend, okay? So it's important to have formality at the time of requesting information, at the time of confirming about information, so you can have a friendly way to speak to the other person by means of the email, but it's important to follow some steps. So always a salutation, I hope you are okay, I am writing to ask information about, I am writing in order to confirm this date, so thanks beforehand. So there are some points, some phrases which are quite important at the time of writing an email. So we are going to watch another video about emails. We are going to watch another, give me a second, please, another video about emails. 1 second. One second, guys. So here in this video, I'm going to share with you, we are going to see, I'm going to, or I want to make a special, importance or remark in the person you are going to see now. I have already told you that you can have the BBC education where you are going to find, guys, all kinds of types of English, business English, human resources English, economical English, and also that we have the British Council. But here, for example, I present you a man, which is Derek Callum, this man, which is who is all the time presenting all kinds of videos related to business, related to human resources, related to all the tasks in connection with administration. So, for example, in my case, as a teacher who works with the students who are working or who are studying about companies, about business, about sending messages, about sending emails, I recommend him. And the reason is that you can subscribe, and you are going to receive every 15 days videos, vocabulary, and they are quite visual, quite clear about what to do in many situations that have to do with administration. So here, guys, we are going to watch the main important phrases you have to include when you are
Hi everybody,
writing a
in this
mail.
short lesson, I'm going to show you some useful phrases and expressions for writing formal emails. Welcome back to English for Professionals. I'm Derek and I'm here with another short lesson for you busy people. Before we get started, just a quick reminder to subscribe to my channel, hit the red button and click on the little bell, and don't forget to join my email list. Every 2 weeks, I send out my free vocabulary email with additional business English, words from the news, and everyday English for you to learn. The link is in the description below, so go and check it out. And now, let's get started with the lesson. Useful phrases for formal emails. Let's start with greetings. My first tip is always use Miss and not Mrs. when writing to a woman in a professional context. So write Dear Miss Jones and not Dear Mrs. Jones. And when writing to a man, simply write Dear Mr. In formal emails, we always use the surname. So if the person's name is Mary Franklin, don't write Dear Miss Mary or Dear Miss Mary Franklin, write Dear Miss Franklin. And if you don't have the name of the person you're writing to because the email address starts with info or office, then write Dear Sir/Madam. For some emails, you'll need to introduce yourself and follow the simple structure in this sentence with name, job title, and company. If you know the person you're writing to a little bit, but still have a formal relationship, you can start with a friendly opening by saying something like, I hope everything is going well, or I hope you had a nice Christmas. Now let's look at some phrases you can use to refer to the last contact you had. It was lovely meeting you at the sales conference last week. Or it was nice talking to you on the phone earlier. Or thank you for your mail last week. Another important part of formal email writing is to state the reason for your email. And we have different possibilities. Phrases like, I am writing in connection with, I am writing with regard to, and so on. Another typical email function is to give information. And a very simple way to do that is to use the phrase, I would like to inform you about. Then we have attachments. Another tip here, don't write I have enclosed in an email. We only use that for letters when we send additional documents with a physical letter. For emails, we always say attached. And the simplest way to do this is to write I have attached. Next, we come to making a request. So here we have some different options. Could you please let me know if? I would appreciate it if you could. Would it be possible to? When making arrangements, one of the most common phrases we use is, I was wondering if you. Or, would 10 a.m. be a suitable time? Or, I am afraid I'm not available on Wednesday. Would Thursday work? If you want to confirm something, simply write, I would like to confirm. And if you want to refer to a question that the person had in the previous email, you can use examples like this. And now we come to the end of the email, the closing lines. And sometimes we want to offer more communication. So a typical way to do this would be to write, if you need or require any further information, please feel free, or please do not hesitate to contact me. Then we sometimes want to refer to the next meeting. The most common way to do this is, I look forward to. And another tip here, always use an ing form after I look forward to. I look forward to seeing you, meeting you, hearing from you, and so on. And finally, the most common way to close a formal email, best regards. So that brings us to the end of another short lesson. As always, all the phrases and expressions are listed in the description below. Let me know in the comments if you have any other examples, and also if there's any other business English topic you'd like me to cover in an upcoming lesson. If you like the lesson, hit the like button and share with your friends and colleagues. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and join my email list. Every 2 weeks, I send out my free vocabulary email with additional business English, words from the news, and everyday English for you to learn. The link is in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you soon.
For example, guys, also today in the uploading for my class, I have included one of the documents you have in order you to see the common email mistakes in English. So I will try to play it in our next class. But if you have time, you can see the common mail mistakes you usually do when answering back, when making correspondence with other people, etc. Okay, so in this video you have practically everything I have explained to you, the information or the greetings, the salutation, expecting you are okay, or I hope you are well, or I hope you are feeling good. So the reason why or the first thing I would like to ask you, or I would like to have information, in the case you are going to answer, en el caso de que vais a responder, answering your question, in the answer for your question, I would like to tell you that, or if you want to confirm something, I would like to confirm this meeting. I would like to know if everything I sent you is okay. And then it's always important to say yours sincerely, best wishes, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you in advance. So all that kind, or all those ideas, words that I have introduced you by means of the inquiry email, by means of the confirmation email, okay? So to change a bit, guys, in your lesson in the unit 2, they make a special importance. They make, one second, guys. They make special importance to the present perfect. So I think it's important I introduce you the present perfect and some important ideas related with the present perfect. So the first thing I'm going to do is to, one second. To introduce you the present perfect, that right now I don't see it. Have you ever, one second, guys. Present perfect, okay, it's here. So in this lesson, in the unit 2, and as a part of grammar, one of the tenses they are going to make a special importance is the present perfect, okay? So the present perfect is a tense that is very used in English, okay? The present perfect would be in Spanish translated like he trabajado, he ido, he estado, he vivido, he enviado, he trabajado para esa empresa durante. So this is the translation of the present perfect into Spanish, okay? So in order to do in English, well, the present perfect tells us about the past and the present. So if you use the present perfect and you say, I have worked for this company for 20 years, it means that has trabajado y sigues trabajando in that company for 20 years, for 20 años. When you use the present perfect, so you have to, the structure is have or has plus the verb in participle. The verb in participle, el verbo en participio, ya sabéis que hay 3 clases de verbos. Unos van en infinitivo o presente, otros en pasado y otros en participio. Pues el participio, que es el que se utiliza con el presente perfecto, es la tercera columna. Es decir, supongamos el verbo buy, bought, bought. He comprado algunos regalos, I have bought some presents. Pero imaginad que el verbo fuera regular, por ejemplo, invitar, invite, invited. Pues tanto el pasado como el participio se hace añadiendo ed, de tal manera que si yo dijera que he invitado a todos los miembros de la compañía a una fiesta, sería I have invited all the staff of the company to my party, for example. So remember, subject has or have plus the verb in participle. If you have to do in the negative, so this is the affirmative, so the subject, always the subject in English, have or has, plus the verb in participle, okay? Okay, this is for the affirmative or for the positive. For the negative, have not or haven't, has not or hasn't. For example, I haven't invited all the people. No he invitado a todos. I have only invited 20 of them. Solo he invitado a 20. O he enviado el mail. I have sent the mail. O no, todavía no lo he enviado. I haven't sent the mail yet, okay? So interrogative, well, the interrogative is have or has plus subject plus the verb participle. Have you invited the members of the company? Have you sent the email? Have you visited the headquarters of the company or of the business? Okay, so this is the present perfect. For example, the plane has landed safely. Pues bueno, el avión acaba de aterrizar ahora. They have graduated, se han graduado. So Federer has lost the semi-final match in Melbourne. Federer ha perdido la semifinal en Melbourne. Noel has won the Australian Open for the second time. Djokovic ha ganado el Open de Australia por segunda vez, o sea, hace bastante tiempo porque ya tiene unos cuantos. So always the present perfect has or have plus the perfect participle, okay? Some related words with the present perfect. Well, sometimes you can find today or this morning, for example, I have worked with my colleagues from England this morning. Sí, he trabajado con mis colegas de la misma empresa en Gran Bretaña hoy por la mañana. Okay, so also it's important with present perfect, the expression have you ever. Have you ever is something you can ask to your potential employees in the future. Have you ever worked in a post like this? ¿Alguna vez usted ha trabajado en un puesto similar? Have you ever had a previous experience doing this job? ¿Alguna vez ha tenido experiencia previa haciendo este tipo de trabajo? So have you ever is alguna vez, have you ever, whatever. So also you can find present perfect with lately and recently, okay? Últimamente o recientemente. For example, I have told about this problem with her recently. Sí, he hablado de este problema con ella recientemente. O lately, I have seen her many times. O últimamente, la he visto muchas veces. So lately and recently, you are going to find, okay, with the present perfect. Also with the present perfect, you are going to find just. Si vosotros encontréis con el presente perfecto, I have just, eso es acabo de. De tal manera que si vosotros queréis decir, pues, oye, acabo de enviar el mail, I have just sent the mail. O acabo de llamarle, I have just phoned him. O acabo de recibir tu correo, I have just got your email. So when you find the present perfect with just, is acabar de. For example, we have just come back from our holiday. Acabamos de llegar de nuestras vacaciones. Y ese just, que si lo veis solo significa solo, por ejemplo, just a minute, solo un momento, ese just con present perfect es acabar de. Already. Already is ya he. For example, I have already finished my dinner. Ya he acabado la cena. O ya he acabado el trabajo. I have already finished my job today. O ya he hablado con el jefe del departamento y todo funciona bien. I have already talked to the department manager and everything is running smoothly or working correctly. O ya he respondido a Antonio, por ejemplo, I have already answered this person. So I have just, have you ever, alguna vez, I have just, acabo de, I have already, ya he. Yet, guys, go in the negative sentences. So in Spanish is todavía o aún. For example, sorry, I haven't answered your mail yet. Lo siento, no he respondido tu mail todavía. O sorry, I haven't finished the project yet. Perdóname, pero todavía no he podido terminar el proyecto. So yet, todavía o aún. And then it's important that you are going to find for and since. For means durante and since desde. For example, I have worked in this department for the last 3 years. He trabajado en este departamento durante los últimos 3 años. O I have worked in this department since 2000. He trabajado en este departamento desde el año 2000. So with the present perfect, guys, with the present perfect, not only you have to know the structure, have or has plus perfect participle, but also you have to know the different words you can find with the present perfect. Have you ever, alguna vez has, I have never, nunca, for example, I have never had any conversation with this person. Pues no, nunca he tenido ninguna conversación con esta persona. I have just sent you the mail. Pues acabo de mandarte el mail. Already, I have already sent you the mail. Ya te he mandado el mail. Yet, todavía, I haven't sent you the mail yet. Pues no te he mandado el mail todavía. So present perfect is quite important because you are going to find with these words ever, just, already, yet, never, and also with expressions like for and since, okay? Okay, so that's why it's quite important. So you have practice here, and also you have some exercises about the present perfect, you have some exercises about have you ever, and you have some exercises about present perfect in general, in order to refresh the irregular verbs and in order to refresh the present perfect, okay? Y para acabar, si me permitís, en 5 minutos, y si estáis todos todavía vivos, después del rollo que os he metido, voy a explicaros, bueno, la próxima semana tenemos otra hora y media, con lo cual, pues bueno, vamos de sobra bien. Quiero explicaros un poco cómo son los exámenes, es decir, por lo menos qué partes hay dentro de un examen, aunque lógicamente en la próxima sesión seré bastante más extensa a la hora de hablaros de los exámenes y por supuesto os enseñaré diferentes exámenes que os podéis encontrar. Juro que lo hago en 6 minutos, ¿vale? Y el próximo día ya lo hago de una manera más lenta. Perdonad que todavía no se ha abierto el PowerPoint. Vale. Lo hago de una manera más lenta, pero claro, quiero deciros tantas cosas que son importantes. Que bueno, pues realmente me falta tiempo. A ver, chicos, aquí solo voy a hacer una pequeña introducción en estos 5 minutos. A ver, hay que tener claro, chicos, que cuando nos referimos al examen es el examen escrito. El examen escrito tiene 3 partes. La primera parte es un reading, una lectura, y vocabulary and grammar, vocabulario y gramática. Evidentemente, de las que hay en la plataforma Dexway y hemos visto durante las clases. Luego, dentro de ese examen escrito, hay una segunda parte que es un writing, que es una composición escrita, que evidentemente va a ser de uno de los temas que hayamos visto durante estas semanas y durante el curso y que puede incluir, por ejemplo, escribir un mail a un amigo, escribir un inquiry mail about something related with the company, or you can write about whatever, I don't know, something in relation with creating my own company. Y luego hay una listening, que son 2 pequeñas listening, siempre relativas a todo lo que hemos visto durante estas semanas y estos meses. Y luego hay una cuarta parte que también forma parte de ese examen escrito, pero que sin embargo se manda como una actividad normal, es decir, esa actividad normal es el examen oral y lo que se hace es, se pone un conjunto de fotografías referentes a los topics y a los temas que se han visto durante estos meses y durante, no sé ya si 1 minuto y medio, 2, etcétera, tenéis que hablar de ese tema ante la cámara, pero de manera grabada, no en el tete a tete, o sea, no face to face. Entonces, Bueno, evidentemente en el examen vais a encontrar en una primera parte grammar y reading, de lo que hayamos visto y lo que hay en la plataforma de Sway, dos pequeños listening relacionados con algún tema de companies, business, writing messages, answering telephone calls y un writing, for example, a writing about a confirmation mail, for example, okay? So, en la reading normalmente os vais a encontrar un texto y multiple choice, es decir, tenéis que elegir, no tenéis que responder a preguntas abiertas, sino que tenéis que responder A, B o C respecto al tema. En la parte de gramática pueden, es decir, pueden poneros unas frases, no muchas, 4 o 5, y que completéis con la palabra que creáis vosotros que es la correcta. En este caso lo acabamos de ver, que es acabar de. Por ejemplo, I have just seen her and I have been talking to her. Acabo de verla y he estado hablando con ella. O I have already seen her, ya la he visto, and I have been talking to her y he estado hablando con ella. Es decir, es fill the gaps, es poner dentro de una frase algo que falta y que puede ser pues, bueno, pues un has, un have, un don't, un doesn't, un ever, es decir, siempre en relación con la gramática que hemos visto. Ocurre también que en la reading, en vez de haceros un multiple choice, es decir, en vez de decir si es A, B o C, pueden poneros que si es true o false, es decir, un poco combinan ambas posibilidades. Y normalmente no hay open questions. Open question is what does the test says? ¿Qué dice el texto sobre esto? Normalmente no se hacen este tipo de preguntas. Es decir, cuando se pone el reading, o bien tenéis una multiple choice o bien tenéis true o false. Por lo tanto, ¿qué skills tenéis en el examen? ¿Qué capacities? Reading plus grammar, writing y listening. Y el examen oral o speaking se manda 2 o 3 semanas antes como si fuese una actividad. ¿Entendido? Una actividad que hacéis desde casa y que es grabaros hablando de una serie de fotografías que evidentemente son alusivas al trabajo que hemos estado trabajando. ¿Qué tipo de gramática podéis encontrar? Pues bueno, poner el tiempo verbal adecuado, ¿ok? Fill the gap with the correct tense. For example, you have some sentences, I have living there for 5 years. So, be, been o being. So, I have been living, he estado viviendo allí for 5 years. So, they are basic things about tenses. The tenses obviously we have seen. So, reading, well, a ver chicos, esto podría ser una reading, pero lógicamente con multiple choice. Pero quiero que sepáis que, bueno, pues siempre las readings que ponemos desde hace 2 o 3 años siempre están relacionadas con todos los topics y todo lo que hemos trabajado. ¿Entendido? Por ejemplo, aquí antes ponía, pues por ejemplo, write a letter giving advice to a friend about talking about karate. No, aquí podría poner write a composition talking about your company, or tell me what are the products you are working with in your company, or talk about what are your responsibilities when doing an administration job. So everything related with the things we have been seeing. Or, well, you can give your opinion, but the writing always related with the things we have been working. So some examples about grammar. Okay. Os lo he hecho así rápido, chicos, porque nos vamos a pasar de tiempo y no es cuestión tampoco. En la próxima clase que tengamos voy a empezar por los exámenes, pero no voy a expresároslo así, es decir, os voy a enseñar cómo son los exámenes realmente de años anteriores para que os hagáis un mock exam, por así decirlo. Un mock exam es un examen de prueba para que os hagáis idea del tipo de exámenes al que os vais a enfrentar. Recordad que el trabajo continuo es más Textway, es el 40% de la nota, el otro 40% y el otro tanto por ciento, perdonad, el otro 60% es o pertenece al examen, ¿entendido? Entonces, bueno, en términos generales y bueno, es una introducción. Tenéis en la plataforma más PowerPoints referentes a Have You Ever, referentes a Present Perfect, ejercicios referentes al presente perfecto, For, Since, también una presentación sobre For y Since durante y desde ejercicios, y también tenéis un vídeo, aparte del vídeo que hemos visto, tenéis incluido otro vídeo en el cual hablan y os doy, comparto la dirección sobre los common mistakes, los errores más comunes que se realizan cuando estáis haciendo mails. Espero que no os haya resultado muy apelotonado. Intento pues tocar todos los temas posibles y espero que aparte de hacer la plataforma os pueda ayudar de alguna manera con este tipo de sesiones. ¿Entendido? Si tenéis cualquier duda podéis ponerlo en el foro o, como hacéis algunos de vosotros, podéis tener contacto conmigo vía mail. A aquellos que todavía no se lo he corregido por distintas razones, en un periodo como mucho de 48 horas lo tendréis, porque algunas personas tenían algunos problemas a la hora de enviarlo por el peso, etcétera. Así que Elena Mudo. No, Elena, no se tiene que aprobar todas las partes. No. Simplemente se hace sobre 10. Tú haces 3 partes. Bueno, 3 partes, eso 7,5. El oral que tú mandas desde casa son otros 2,5 puntos y se hace sobre 10. Pero no tenéis que aprobar todas las partes. No, esto no es... es decir, es una orientación sobre el inglés relacionado con business, pero el objetivo de esta asignatura en esta carrera es que tengáis contacto con vocabulario, con expresiones relacionadas con el trabajo que vosotros podéis realizar en el futuro. ¿Entendido? Así que pasad buena semana y nada, que os obligáis. Vale, bueno, muchas gracias a vosotros. Aitor, luego te mando tu nota, ¿vale? Muy bien. Gracias a todos, chicos. Adiós, Cristina, adiós, Aitor, adiós, Félix, Elena, Soraya, Félix, Elena, Antía, Ana, Sonia, Ina y a todos los demás. Hasta luego, chicos. Un placer. Adiós.